Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sa courtside daddy, tayo makinig. Dito sa sports walang halong pilit. Totoo, direkta, walang kupas. Ang kwentuhan natin, swabe at patas. Sa courtside daddy, andito na. Balitang sports, tunay na saya. Usapang klaro, walang daya. Tiwala mo aming tupare, game na. Interview, kwentuhan, walang bias dito. Kasama mo kami sa bawat laro. Courtside daddy, toto diretso. Walang paligoy-ligoy-ligoy, pre. Sa courtside daddy, tayo makinig. Courtside daddy, tayo makinig. Dito sa sports walang halong pilit. Totoo, direkta, walang kupas. Ang kwentuhan natin, swabe at patas. Courtside daddy, andito na. Balitang sports, tunay na saya. Usapang klaro, walang daya. Tiwala mo aming po pare, game na. Interview, kwentuhan, walang bias dito. Kasama mo kami sa bawat laro. Courtside daddy, sa sports ay hari. Totoo ko da rin ko, walang paligoy-ligoy pre.
Good day mga ka-courtside daddy. Ako po ang iyong host, si Tito Rayu. Actually, Daddy Rayu na. Welcome to our episode 3 dito sa Courtside Daddy. Ngayon po ay very special episode mga ka-courtside, no? Kasi kasama natin ang isa sa pinakamahusay at matalinong point guard sa PBA. From San Beda to Lasal hanggang maging number 1 overall pick sa PBA draft. Solid ang kanyang journey mga kadadi. Ang guest natin ngayon, clutch yan. Leader pa sa court. Hindi lang siya pang on the court, off the court pa. Champion na, gilas pa. Pero more than that, isa rin siyang hands-on daddy. Kaya nga gines natin yan dito eh. Let's all welcome the PBA great, Mr. JV Casio. Palakpakan naman dyan.
Hello, Rayu. Thank you for the invite. Saya ako nandito ako.
Thank you, JV, ha. Paano ka ba napunta dito? Sino ba nag-invite sa'yo? Ang lakas naman namin sa'yo, JV. Grabe talaga.
Malakas talaga. Isang sabi niya lang, talagang naka-oo na ako kagad.
Alam mo, this is our 3rd episode, no? And we are very lucky to have someone like you as our guest, JV, no? Kamusta ka na? Ano bang ginagawa natin ngayon?
Okay naman. Ito, still playing in the PBA. I know it's been a long time, pero still I'm competing. Even for the younger guys, talagang gusto ko lang makipag-compete and just to do my best. I know it's my twilight ng career ko, pero tuloy-tuloy lang, laban pa rin.
Alam mo, very interesting yung sinabi mong twilight. Pero bago natin puntahan yung PBA journey mo, JV, no? Mag-umpisa tayo sa pinakasimula. Saan ba nag-umpisa si Mr. JV Casio?
Tingin ko simula ko is parehas rin ng karamihan sa streets. Doon lang talaga ako nagsimula. Sa village ako nakatira. May village court kami pero maraming dumadayo. And I have a brother, kuya ko, na naglalaro noon lagi. And katulad ko sa mga bata, kasama ko mga kaibigan ko, abang-abang lang kami hanggang sa may pagkakataon kami maglaro kasi naglalaro pa yung mga kuya. So, after pa talaga kami maglalaro, shoot kami sa kabila habang sila nasa kabila. Ganun.
Mga ilang taong ka nito?
Yes. Siguro masabi ko mga 7 years old, 6 years old. Mga
So, very early, ha?
Yes, dumatambay na sa court. May mga kaibigan na ako. So, doon nagsimula lahat. After maglaro ng mga matatanda, kami naman mga bata. So, doon nagsimula hanggang sa laro ako ng liga. Nasabi ng liga. At hindi pa to dito malapit sa amin. Kailangan ko pang sumakay ng tricycle para makapaglaro ng liga. So, doon nagsimula. Masabi kong okay naman lang ako maglaro. Pero hindi ko akalain na ganun ang paglalaro ko. Ngayon, kaya ako nakapagsimula talaga ng basketball. Sabihin natin competitive basketball dahil doon. Hindi ko alam sa isang laro ko, sinundan pala ako ng daddy ko. Hindi ko alam. Simunod, nag-tricycle kami magkakaibigan. Tapos, tataka siguro siya, saan ako pumupunta ng ganyung oras. Tapos nakita niya yung laro ko. Sakto yung laro ko na yun. Sabi niya, hindi ko maalala, pero sabi niya, mga 40 points daw in-score ko nung laro na yan.
Grabe.
So, sabi ko, okay. Ako nag-i-enjoy lang naman dahil kasama ko mga kaibigan ko. So, nung nakita niya yon na sabi niya, mukhang may potential, katulad rin ng kuya ko, kasi kuya ko nauna na naglaro na siya sa San Beda noong time na yon. Diretso niya ako pinatry out sa San Beda, mga 9-10 years old na to. So, so by then, nag-try out na ako sa San Beda nung going grade 5. Doon na nagsimula yung journey ko. Competitively at structural.
Grabe, no? Nung time ba na yon, nung naglalaro ka sa mga liga-liga, nakikita mo na, parang pangarap mo na ba yung maging PBA star, mga ganon?
Wala pa talaga. Yung simula is paglalaro lang, nakikita ko yung kuya ko, yung, kung paano siya maglaro, doon nagsimula, enjoy lang talaga. Gusto ko lang maglaro, kasama mga kaibigan. Hanggang sa, nung nakita ko, kasi ang unang try ko sa San Beda, mga drills, di ba? Drills, so bago sa akin to. Tapos, sabi natin, formal basketball, team concept. Subok lang ako. Pero biglang pinasok pa ako ng daddy ko sa isang camp na para lang matuto ng basic and fundamentals. Although, nag-excel naman ako kagad, nakita niya okay na ako kagad. Hindi niya pinatapos na sa akin yun. So, doon na nagsimula yung pagiging, sabi natin,
career mo. Oo. So, JV, nabanggit mo sa akin na 2 beses mo binanggit yung word na kuya eh. So, si kuya mo ay isa to sa mga parang masasabi natin na parang reasons kung bakit na minahal mo ang basketball. Kasi nakikita mo siya lagi.
Yes. Kasi kung mapapanood nyo lang dati, kuya ko, kung ano maglaro, actually baliktad sa akin. Siya mataas tumalon, ako hindi ako mataas tumalon. So may mga highlight siya. So, siguro doon ako nainganyo. Kung top board, uso naman top board natin. Kinakalampag niya pa na ilang beses yun pag nag-top board siya. Pero basically siya ang naging siguro inspiration kaya ako nag-start sa basketball.
So nauna siya sa San Beda,
yes,
JV.
Nauna siya.
So parang natural progression, dun ka na rin dinala ng daddy mo.
No, nung nakita niyang marunong pala ako maglaro.
Oo. Ayun. Saan ka ba nag-aral before San Beda?
Sa Parañaque, ang pangalan ng school ay Golden Values. So maganda ang values ko siguro. So,
okay, maganda segue yun.
Pero doon, then again, nag-transfer na ako sa San Beda at the age of 10 years old, sabi ko.
So, lalong gumanda yung values mo.
Yes. Pero curiously, San Beda, Manila, ako nakatira ako Sukat, Parañaque.
May San Beda Alabang di ba?
May San Beda Alabang, pero nauna na kasi kuya ko. Kaya siguro, sabi ng
para isang ano na lang.
Yes.
Campus na lang.
Pero hindi ganun kadali ang naging, dahil yung layo ng school from Parañaque to Manila. Grabe sacrifices, grabe support ng parents ko to bring me there. Hatid, sundo, syempre grade school pa ako. Pero once na tumapak ako ng high school, pinag-commute na ako kagad. Nagulat ako at age, ngayon iniisip ko, parang at the age of 12 actually 12 ako nag-high school. Kinommute ko na yung Sukat to Manila. Pero syempre, tinuruan ako ng kuya ko kung paano. Pero parang hindi ko maiisip ngayon na magawa.
Ng mga 12 years old ngayon. Kasi 12, so ang ilang sakay ka nun? 2, 3?
Yes, 2, 3. Pero every time na pwede naman ako masundo, especially nung mga first year high school, yan. Inano naman ako. Nandun pa rin yung support. Always. I will, yun ang pinakamalaking blessing ko. Kaya ako nandito sa career na to is yung support ng parents ko and the family.
Pag-usapan natin, JV, yung grade school mo. So, pumunta ka na San Beda, nag-try out ka. Sino yung unang coach mo? Kamusta ang pagpasok mo San Beda? Kasi we all know that the San Beda basketball program from grade school to college, isa sa mga pinakamagandang programa yan sa buong Pilipinas, di ba? So, kwento mo naman sa amin yung journey mo doon sa grade school muna before we go to high school.
Yes. Grade school, it was summer. Nung una ako nag-try out, it was Coach Ernie Magsanok, kapatid ni Coach Ronnie Magsanok siya.
Okay.
Seriously, siguro medyo na-shock rin lang ako dahil sa oras ng training namin. Especially nung nag-start na yung school. Practice namin 6:30 ng gabi. So matatapos kami 8:30 to 9
Bakit
ng gabi.
late? Di ba grade school kayo?
Kasi
nun?
may work rin siya. Yun.
Okay.
So, may natatapos kami 3:30 for siguro sa klase. So, we have that in between na hindi namin gagawin. So, nagkaroon ako ng mga, actually, advice ng dad ko is go to the library. Mga ganun.
Oo.
So, nung una talaga, dun talaga ako library before going to practice.
Okay.
So, yun yung naging kultura ko nung una. And sa basketball part is, yun nga, sinabi ko, systematic or nagkaroon ng mga, kumbaga, system sa basketball, competitive, ng basketball structure. Na-introduce kagad, triangle offense kami nung
Grade school. Isa
Kaya-
yun sa pinakamahirap, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen, na opensa.
Yes, triangle offense kami nun. And ang maganda pang experiences ko is yung mga kasama ko. Siyempre mga magkakakilala na. Kasama ko bagong pasok. So
Sino ba naging teammate mo nung grade school?
grade school, madami. Isa na si James Martinez. Actually, marami. Mga Mindiola. Si basta magagaling lahat ko mag-basketball. Hindi ko lang man-name lahat.
Anong liga na I'm sure may sinasalihan na kayong liga
Yes,
nung grade
SBP
school.
kasali.
Oo.
SBP ng Milo.
Oo.
Doon ko nakalaban si Chris Chu on a championship game.
Against Xavier.
Against Xavier.
San Beda versus
Yes.
Xavier.
So, ever since that championship game, and lagi kong, kumbaga, yung journey ni Chris Chu sa basketball, lagi kami nagkakatagpo yan.
Oo nga,
grade
no?
6, first year high school, second year, hanggang college. Yung si Chris Chu, parang laging nagkakalaban kami.
Oo.
So,
So yung unang laban nyo ni Chris Chu nung grade school, sinong nanalo?
kinain niya kami.
Ganon, ha?
Oo, kinain. Very, very good player, Chris Chu.
Oo.
Magulang na rin. Pero I know Chris, sinasabi.
Guys, if you're watching, galing kay JV Casio, pinakamabait na to sa PBA, ha?
Yeah, I know him. Nagkasama kami sa Gila. So, I know him and inaasar ko rin minsan na magulang ka talaga maglaro. Pero katuwaan na lang. Pero he's a very, very good guy. Very good player. And actually, mabait na person si Chris. So, pero competitively, magandang competition sa basketball.
Nice. So it's good to know na grade school pa lang, ang kagandahan kasi with a program like San Beda, ang dami yung liga usually na sinasalihan di ba?
Yes.
So from grade school, so automatic na. Syempre high school, gusto mo na sa San Beda ka na.
Oo, with the history, history and syempre with that great coach, Ato Badalato, late coach Ato. It's just a blessing kasi I've seen him syempre with my brother kay Kuya, under siya doon. So syempre I want to be part of it and I want to play for him. And fortunately, nabigyan niya ako ng mga chances. Pero it did not come, parang hindi siya naging madali. I have to really try out, prove myself. Especially first year. Masabi ko, sa first year high school, ang medyo hindi talaga ako yung gamit na gamit.
Pero Red Cubs ka na ba ng first year? Hindi pa, no?
Hindi pa. Mga small tournaments like Pasarel, sa
okay.
Milo rin, mga ganun. And talagang third stringer, yung mga ganun. Position ko. Kasi maraming mga magaling talaga noon.
Syempre, for context sa sabihin na natin, San Beda High School, nung panahon na yon talagang one of the best high school program sa basketball, di ba? So, naalala ko noon kasi medyo mas upper ka sa akin ng 1 year. Nung pumasok na first year, ang fourth year nun si L.A. Tenorio.
Yes.
So nakasabayan mo pa sila L.A., sila John Tabique. So grabe yung guard lineup ng San Beda na yon. So
ever since.
Ikwento mo sa akin, nung first year high school ka sa San Beda, of course Coach Ato na is the one handling the whole high school program. Pero sino yung mga tumututok sa mga small tournaments?
Ito yung si Ato talaga ang coach from first year sa mga first year, second year, third year. Pag may mga teams, si Ato, mga main teams. Masabi natin may mga main leagues tayo sa high school. Si Coach Ato talaga yung nagko-coach dyan.
Siya lahat, no?
Siya lahat.
Grabe.
Nakikita niya. Parang fina-follow niya na rin kung
Oo.
paano development ng mga bata
Oo.
from first year to fourth year. Pero I may add na hindi lang yung first year dinidevelop niya. Kasi nagre-recruit rin siya ng mga
Correct.
players.
Oo.
So, yung pasok ng mga players, very competitive talaga
Mhm.
nung high school. Nasa Manila yan. So, gitna.
Oo.
Puntahan talaga ng mga and well-known ang San Beda High School.
Oo.
So, pag ni-recruit ka ni Ato, gusto ka niya talaga at gusto ka niya malabas yung laro mo dito sa San Beda. So, you really have to excel.
So, of course, it's a no-brainer. Siyempre, kuya mo. So, nung high school ka, college nun si kuya?
Yes, he played
For the Red Lions
Red
naman.
Lions naman.
So, parang natural progression. So, grade school, high school. Of course, ito nung high school, you told us na pinaghirapan mo to, third stringer ka, no? Sino ba yung mga parang kaagawan mo sa posisyon nung time na yon?
Ako, madami rin talaga. Meron before sila, mga higher batch sa akin. Sila, I don't know if you remember, Nino Ventura, sila Jomar De Jesus. Actually, madami pa. Tapos, comes in sila Yuri Escueta.
Ayan na.
Second year high school na to, pumasok sila. There's also Culture Con de Villamar.
Oo.
Jerome Villanueva.
Oo.
Actually, ang dami talaga. Hindi ko masasabi lahat, pero lahat magagaling. And siguro sa position ko as guard, hindi pa talaga ako point guard. More on the two spot ako sa shooting guard. So, nung napapasabay na ako sa mga mas matatanda. So, naging teammate ko rin sila LA Tenorio.
Oo nga.
Second year ako, fourth year sila. Isang beses ko lang sila naging teammate. Intersecondary sa ibang
liga.
Sa Naga pa ata kami naglaro sa Bicol area. So, doon ko nakita si LA kung paano maglaro. Sila John Tabique. So, yun, nakaka-inspire. Sana maging ganun din ako. Parang ganun.
Sila yung parang nakita mo na, uy,
Yes.
sarap i-pattern ng laro ko dito. Pero nabanggit mo sa amin, JV, yung shooting mo eh. Kasi yan ang parang naging calling card mo, not just in San Beda, but when you went to LaSalle and later on in the pros, yung shooting mo talaga. Saan ba nagsimula yung shooting touch ni Mr. JV Casio?
Ay, hindi ko talaga alam. Pero masabi ko kahit bata pa lang naman ako, parang sabi natin may potential, may tira, kumbaga. May tira
May potential.
Oo, may tira na.
Kumbaga, great, ano pa lang, nasa liga-liga ka pa lang, no?
Develop na. Siguro kakapanood ko lang PBA, kuya ko kasi shooter din naman, shooter din yung kuya ko noon. So, gaya-gaya lang naman talaga. Wala namang formal training sa shooting sa ganun. Hindi, ginagaya ko lang yung mga tira kung tas sumushoot. So, natutuwa naman tayo doon.
So, balik tayo ulit sa high school, no? So, eto na, first year, di ba, may mga liga. Second year. Kailan ka pinasok sa Red Cubs? Anong year?
Third year.
Third year. Paano mo trinabaho yung pagpasok mo sa Red Cubs? Kasi nabanggit mo, ang dami mong mabibigat na pangalan na binanggit kanina.
Yes.
Paano mo trinabaho yun?
Bali, ang siguro may system si Coach Ato, na paano mapasok sa ganung sa line-up sa ganun. So every later part ng school year may tournament yan na MMBL and ko-compose yun ng 3 different teams or maybe even 4 MMBL that it will be called Team A, Team B, Team C hanggang Team D. Minsan
dami.
Team D. So ganun. Kasali yan sa tournament na yun. Pag nasa yung Team A, Team B, yun yung mga current Red Cubs.
Okay.
Team C, yan yung potential na pumasok sa A or B pa. Hindi pa sigurado kung A yun. So, yung performance mo dun sa Team C, crucial. Team B, pwedeng masama graduating players or mga upcoming for Team A.
So, saan ka dun?
Nasa Team C pa ako.
Team C ka. Ito na yung parang audition, applying.
Parang ganun. Kasi yung Team B, andito sila. Yung mga mga naglaro na ng Red Cubs. Lodi Agbayani. Mga ganun. Sila yung mga nauna sa akin. Pero naging kabatch ko sila.
Sila Ford.
Si Ford, hindi pa kasi pumasok lang siya sa San Beda. Ni-recruit siya ni Ato. So, nasa Team C kami lahat. Karamihan ng potential na pumasok nasa Team C. So, maganda. Nag-champion kami nun sa Team C.
Ayun.
Yun yung naging crucial, tingin ko. Kaya kami pumasok at nadala sa Team A. And ang dami rin nawala na players nung before, kasi batch nila LA yun, so ang daming graduate. Then, medyo yung group namin nila Ford Araw,
Nagkaroon ng opportunity to
Yuri
step
Escueta,
up.
Arvin Braganza, Mike Baldos,
Grabe.
Conde Villamar, and so on. Ang dami pa.
I think kabatch mo rin sila Gomez, 'di ba? Sila.
Arce,
Oo.
so De Guzman,
Oo.
and magagaling lahat to.
Oo.
Talagang top notch sa high school level.
Okay, so nag-champion kayo sa MMBL, doon ka nakita ni Ato. So going to third year for the San Beda Red Cubs, ikwento mo naman sa amin, how's your first year donning the jersey of the red and white of San Beda, a very proud institution, one of the most parang championship laden
Yes.
storied basketball program. Suot-suot mo na San Beda. NCAA na to.
Yes.
NCAA Juniors. Kamusta ang unang taon mo?
Masasabi natin pressured rin talaga.
Oo.
Dahil ito na, crowd, students, seeing, drums, everything.
Tas may
nandun na.
TV na May
wala pa.
Wala ba?
Pag umabot ka ng
Final Four or finals. Oo,
doon na may
ganun.
TV.
Oo.
Dati wala pa.
Wala pang YouTube noon JV, di ba?
Wala
Oo.
pa.
Naku, kung meron na dati siguro JV, no?
Hindi ko alam. Pero,
grabe, no? Kung nakita nila yung mga dati na
hindi naman. I don't know. Hindi ko inisip na gano'n. Pero just to play there, being part of it, it's a really great blessing. Kasama ko si late John Tabique, siya yung senior namin. Grabe siya nun, as in one-man team. Kasi lahat kami bata dahil coming from
tama,
Team C.
oo.
Team C ang natira.
So parang rookie.
Parang rookie.
Considered rookie kayo for
Parang
NCAA Juniors.
masasabi natin, 4 lang yung senior doon, 4 yung graduating.
Oo.
Or, 4 or 5 maybe.
Oo.
Tapos, lahat third year or second year. Third year. More third year. So, very young team. And we went all straight to the finals.
Wow.
Led by John Tabique. Dahil, ang play namin minsan sabi, pasa mo na kay John dahil siya na bahala. Pero ganun kasi siya talaga kagaling. Yung namin.
Naalala ko.
Dinala niya kami nun.
Mm-hmm.
And hanggang sa finals, facing Letran, which is very strong. Played by players were J.R. Reyes,
naalala ko.
JC Intal,
Carlo Walsham.
Wala pa si Walsham.
Oo.
Funny story, Walsham.
JC Intal.
JC Intal was there.
Oo.
Si OJ
J.R.
Kua.
Reyes.
Yes, and PBA player RJ Hasul.
Ayun, oo, sila. Ang lakas ng letra na yon.
Malakas ang letra na yun. They have height,
shooting, lahat,
speed,
no?
so lahat. So kami being there in the finals, talagang masaya na rin. Pero we took them to game 3.
3 games, yes.
3 games into overtime pa. And dapat pa panalo kami tingin ko. Pero actually just one basket away na 8 seconds.
Kay John
jump ball. Nakuha nila layup JC Intal.
Kaya nga.
Yun lang yung difference.
I remember this kasi ano pa to Rizal Memorial Coliseum.
Yes.
Second year kami. Siyempre pag second year high school, hindi mo masyado makita kasi may mga pole sa Rizal Gaganong ka pa 'di ba? Kasi pagka second year high school ka, ang upuan mo bleachers ka.
Yes.
Air continuous yun, hindi pa aircon yun Talaga mainit, magulo, all boys, 'di ba?
Hindi ka dun sa may electric fan na malapit.
Ayun na nga.
Dahil open yun, hindi walang
Grabe. So, isa yun sa pinakamasayang moments mo kasi as a student, nakikita mo yung mga players like you, JV, no? Tapos, in that year, ang daming nag-college sa inyo and nag-PBA Yung team na yun, kahit talo kayo, no? So, what was the learning experience for you nung first year mo na papunta mo nung third year ka nito? First year mo sa NCAA Juniors, pero papunta ka ng fourth year. Anong mga experience na nakuha mo dun at nadala mo nung graduating ka na?
Karamihan ng games namin, kasi yun nga, madaming tournaments. During third year, masabi natin 8-7 tournaments ang nasalihan na.
Grabe, no?
Most of them first runner-up talaga kami.
Ganun.
Yun
Bridesmaid.
Yun ang learning lesson namin nun. May mga panalo kami, syempre. Pero may most, I think, first runner-up. Once na pumasok yung fourth year, where most of us are seniors, actually, ang natira lang doon na player sa lineup ng NCAA, si OG Minor. Siya yung pinakabata.
Siya na,
lahat yon. So, siyam, 9 tournaments.
Veterano yun. Lahat na kayo. Kumbaga, yun yung mga rookie, mga bata, biglang naging kayo na yung fourth year. Oo.
9 tournaments, lahat panalo.
Lahat champion. Grabe.
Doon sa fourth year high school. Although may mas malakas na team, laging binabanggit sa akin na mas malakas ang batch nila. Yung sa kuya ko, kasi batch niya sila Ren Ritualo.
Malakas yun. Oo.
Sa kanila naman, panalo rin lahat ng tournaments at tambak pa. So, yun yung nila sa ng kuya ko sa
tama. Kasi parang kino-compare yung one of the, kasi ang daming magagaling na batch ng Red Cubs. From the batch nila Magsanok, nila Parahas, nila Altamirano na nasa top 25 na PBA.
Top play. Very, very.
Diba?
Very,
tapos yun, yung batch ng kuya mo, Rene Ritualo, Jenkins Messina,
Mike Bravo,
Marco
Malesa.
Oh my God. Britre Roma.
Malakas talaga yung
malakas din talaga yung batch na yun. Miko Roldan, the current coach of the San Beda Red Cubs, is also part of that batch. And kayo na.
Kayo, sabi, no? Pero then, right after, alam ko mas marami na rin mga batches.
Marami na rin. May hindi rin papatali batch sila OG Minor, di ba? Nila Baser Amer.
James Martinez. So, it's really kumbaga, prestigious program, high school ang San Beda Red Cubs.
Balik tayo doon. So, pa fourth year ka na. Sabi mo, nanalo kayo ng 9 tournaments. Including na ba yung NCAA doon?
Yes.
Okay. So, NCAA, gusto niyong bumawi. Diba? So, kwento mo sa amin yung journey mo ng fourth year mo doon sa NCAA na yon. Kalaban niyo ba ulit, Letran?
Letran.
Okay. So,
yes, and they were very, very tough team. Pero although natalo namin,
ito na sila Walsham.
Yes, 14-0 na kami noon. So ang system pa dati is pag nag 14-0, twice to beat ka sa finals. Yun lang. Waiting ka, so twice to beat the ladder. So may waiting period, yung mga one week, 2 weeks siguro. So yung first game, natalo pa kami. Although, ticket din. Maganda adjustment.
Kasi ang tagal niyong napahinga.
Yes. Crucial rin talaga yung mga ganun.
Crucial.
So, buti na lang rin, twice to beat kami. So, pero kahit best of 3, I still believe na we could win that series.
Were you the finals MVP? Noong time na yun?
Siguro, I really
kasi alam ko may game na talaga sumobrang pumutok ka eh.
Yes, actually,
diba?
both games na
both games,
Doon siguro ako na-scout talaga. Kasi all throughout na mga games namin, leader namin talaga si Jay Agbayani, si Yuri Ford. Yan, galing si Yuri, very playmaker, very good playmaker. Six man namin, si Arvin Braganza. Tapos si Jay, walang makapigil sa kanya. So, game 1, syempre naalala ko dahil ito yung mga turning points rin sa mga career ko. Game 1, 31, I think 31 points or 33.
Grabe.
Ganun. Kaso talo. So bad trip talaga ako. Baliwala, diba? So gusto namin bumawi. Next game, 29, I think. Yung score. So, yeah. Dun rin nagka-boost ako. Nagka-boost. And I think one of the turning points sa career ko.
Okay. Now, of course, let's talk about the next chapter of your life after. Pero yung time mo na yon sa Red Cubs, ito kasi syempre para at least alam ng mga basketball fans natin. Yung batch na yon, lahat yun parang wala natira sa San Beda, no?
Yes.
Lahat kayo nag-UAP.
No.
'Di ba? Kasi lahat magaling eh. Lahat magaling, kumbaga lahat kayo This is very important. Siguro kung kunyari may mga YouTube na nun, baka hindi lang Lasal lang nakapanood sa'yo. Kasi yung Lasal katabi nila yung Rizal Memorial eh. Imagine kung may YouTube na nun, di ba? Yung ang dami na scouts eh. Dati, ang mga scout, talagang mahirap ang buhay. Kailangan pumunta pa ng Rizal Memorial para mapanood yung Ngayon, may basketball highlights, di ba? Doon na lang titingnan.
Yes. Very, kumbaga, madali na lang makita.
Madali.
Ngayon, talents.
Pero grabe, JV, iba yung career mo nung high school. Kasi talagang pumutok yung pangalan mo nun. If I remember it correctly nga, ikaw ang finals MVP nun.
Parang, I think so.
Very humble talaga si Mr. JV Casio, ladies and gentlemen.
Yung proof nandun sa bahay ng parents ko. Hindi ko lang
Ang dami na kasi. Marami na bang awards doon? Dami, tabi-tabi. So,
hindi lang naman sa akin. Sa house na my dad's I know he was very proud of us. Pero my dad also is sports person. Plays bowling, golf. So may mga awards din siya nandun. Played against Paeng Nepomuceno. Nakalaban niya rin.
Wow.
So kuya ko rin, trophies, everything nandun.
Oo nga.
Nakalagay hanggang ngayon. Nandun pa rin.
Grabe, no? So, sarap pala bumisita sa bahay ni JV Casio, guys, no? Kasi makikita natin lahat. So, yung Red Cubs na yon, sabi ko nga po, nag-UAAP kayo lahat, di ba? So, you were technically recruited by the best top programs naman for college. Etong time na to, kasi alam naman natin, ito yung mga time na hindi pa nagcha-champion yung San Beda nung college
Yes,
'di ba?
struggling.
Ano yung reason bakit kahit isa sa inyo walang nag-San Beda nun? Kasi kailangan natin i-set yung record straight para maging juicy tayo sa mga reels, 'di ba? Dati ko pa gusto itanong to, nung batch nila JV Casio, wala po nag-San Beda. I think the only one that I can remember is si Mike Cruz.
Mike Cruz.
Si Mike Cruz lang.
Oo, tama.
And Mike Cruz was a bench warmer, no? Although magaling si Mike Cruz, pero lahat talaga ng star, kasi after nun, JV ang naging trend, halos lahat nagsambeda na. Sila OG, sila JR Taganas,
Yes,
'di ba?
yes.
And Baseramer, and kahit sila LA Revilla sila Nico Salva, medyo nawala, pero karamihan nagsambeda, JV Mocon, 'di ba? So kayo, wala nagsambeda. Hindi ba kayo ni-recruit na sambeda nun?
No, may recruitment. We were recruited. We had
Sino ba
dinner.
coach ng sambeda nun?
Jonathan Reyes.
Naalala ko na, ano pa ba si Coach Jude Roque? Parang assistant siya no?
Hindi ko lang sure,
Oo.
baka nandun. Pero my brother was there pa actually. Hindi ko lang sure kung playing pa siya nun o hindi na. Pero I know he was there. Kasama ko rin naman sa dinner.
Kasi I read the book Yung
Okay.
parang
Hindi ko alam to.
I read the book na eto para alam nila. In-invite ang Red Cubs, hindi ko alam kung saan bahay to, sa Forbes Park or whatever. Kasama pa na si Martin.
Sa amin?
Oo.
Okay.
Kasama si Martin Antonio. Basta
Yes,
para
I
yun
think I
yun.
remember
Oh,
he
'di ba?
was there.
Oh, kita mo? Pagka matagal na tong libro na to, in-invite yun to play for the San Beda Red Lions. I'm not sure nga if Forbes Park to, bahay na alumni o whatever.
I forgot. I really
Yes,
don't
so
remember.
sa dinner na yon, ang pumunta lang sa San Beda Red Lions, si Martin Antonio. Lahat sila wala.
Okay.
So, sige, kwento mo sa amin, JV. Bakit, kasi papunta na tayo dun
Okay.
Oo. Matagal na to, guys, Mga 20 plus years ago.
2002,
Oo.
2003, ganyan. Okay.
We're 2025 na.
Yes.
So, everything that happened is water under the bridge. Pwede na ikwento ni JV ang totoong rason.
No,
Di ba? Oo. Ito ng mga, natin kailangan malaman din ng viewers natin. What was the reason why you chose Lasal? Sino pa yung mga nanligaw sa'yo?
Okay.
At bakit nung time na yon wala nagsambeda?
Ito na lang. For the others, I really cannot speak.
Okay, sige, sa'yo.
Kasi
Okay.
hindi ko alam.
Fair enough.
Hindi
Oo.
ko alam kung anong naging decision nila. Bakit ganon. Actually, I asked, pero plain answers. Yung mga ganyan. Pero again, ito lang yung sa akin. When we were in that dinner, yes, they showed us, said, kung ano program nila for us. Madami kami, ganyan. They mentioned something siguro na sino malaline up, mga ganon. So, sa akin, parang meron na silang fix kung sino ang iniisip na ila-line up nung time. So, parang, syempre, your chances parang diminish kagad.
Okay.
Kung ganun ang...
Isa-isahin natin yon. Sino yung mga sinabi nilang ila-line up?
Hindi ko lang muna sabihin.
Talaga, safe pa rin si Mr. JV Casio after 20 plus years,
Pero, the
Sino ang
players-
coach nito? Si Badel Reyes.
I think so. And I don't remember if he was the one speaking nung time na yun.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
remember. It's just-
Because Badel Reyes is the father of Mikey
Mikey,
Reyes. Yes,
He knows.
Yeah,
had
man,
a
Badel
podcast.
is, oo, may-
Nag-podcast na rin ako kay Mikey. He knows naman. He was there actually nung...
Yes,
nung
oo.
ano na yun,
Alam niya yung
recruitment
mga
na yun.
time na yun
Yes.
Oo.
So, medyo nag-stuck rin sa akin, sa side ko, family ko, yung may ganon. Pero nothing against naman sa ganun. They have their program.
Mm-mm.
Players were very, very good. Very
Mm-mm.
talented.
Sila Arjun Cordero ba yung Red Lions nun?
Arjun, Paterno, Hodensyal,
Jeff Bombeo. Sila yun, no?
Bombeo,
Oo.
nandun. So, talented. And
Oo.
actually, sa guard position, marami. Dahil,
So, sino yung sinabi nilang ila-line up nila?
they need big. So, kailangan talaga si Ford.
Si Ford.
Gusto nila si Ford.
Okay.
Kailangan, you should get Ford.
Oo.
Ganon.
Mm-mm.
Pero dahil siguro sa pinakita namin,
Mm-mm.
nung NCAA,
Mm-mm.
siyempre some schools, siguro sa akin na lang pa, sa akin, Ateneo came in,
Mm-mm.
FEU came in, Lasal,
Mm-mm.
yun yung most, yun yung three na
Ateneo, Lasal, FEU.
Yes.
Okay.
So, kinausap naman ako.
Besides San Beda.
Besides San Beda.
Okay.
Kaya, I want, entertain ko lahat, syempre. I
Mm.
went to every invite with
Okay.
them, ganon. Then, went to, pero, siguro masabi ko, nag-bias na ako sa Lasal.
Okay.
Dahil malapit. Hindi,
Sobrang safe naman yun.
Hindi, nasa rebuilding period ang Lasal.
Okay. So, tiningnan mo yung lineups ng lahat nung
Yes.
nanliligaw sa'yo nun.
Oo.
Okay.
So, yung nasa Ateneo kami, I know Chris Chu was heavily recruited rin nung time na yun. And I know Ford Araw gusto nila. So, it's a big, and Chris Chu is very well
Who is the
known.
coach of Ateneo then? Si Coach Norman Black
Hindi
na ba?
Si
Joel
Joel
Banal.
Banal.
Joel
Joel
Banal,
Banal.
yes. Oo.
hindi naman nila sinasabi na syempre ila-line up, ito lang malaline. They say na you have to prove your worth. Of course.
Sa ng Ateneo, sinabi sa'yo. Oo.
Even Lasal, ganun.
Oo.
Pag-recruit sa amin, at actual dinner, with Ren there.
Siya parang recruiter kasi.
Yes.
Oo.
So, yun. And I was with some of my teammates nung high school. If I remember, Arvin, Braganza, and Ford Araw kasama ko na sa pag-recruit sa Lasal.
So, sama-sama kayo nung mga dinner
pero sa
ng mga
Ateneo,
schools.
mas madami kami.
Oo.
Sila Mike Baldos,
Oo.
Bayani, I think, Yuri, Escueta, yun, sila Ford and Arvin. So, medyo mas madami kami nung Ateneo na recruit. Sa FEU, ako lang yung nakausap nun.
Okay.
Pero hindi formal yung sabihin natin may dinner.
Malakas din ang FEU na yun. Parang
Malakas.
galing din yata sila Arwin Santos to.
Pero I had a talk with Coach, that was Coach Koy Banal.
Oo.
Hindi ko lang masabi, parang informal lang naman sa FEU. Pero again, FEU, good program, basketball. Pero ang main thing sa akin siguro, kaya ko napili Lasal, una, chance to play. Then, of course, education-wise, kilala naman natin, alam naman natin.
Yes.
So, given the opportunity na doon, the basketball history coming off from championship and learning from Coach Franz Pumaren, talagang, kaya medyo,
no-brainer.
No-brainer. Doon ako.
So, si Renren pala, isa sa mga nag-recruit sa'yo, ha?
Nandun siya.
Nagaling Red House din. Kumbaga, sinama talaga siguro nila si Renren para...
May style na ganun si Coach Franz.
Okay.
Kasi, hindi na sa Lasal, pero nasa Adamson siya. I have talk kay pinapunta niya ako kay sino to? Ahanmisi.
Ahamnisi, oo.
Younger
Jeric.
one. Jeric. Yes. So, parang to talk lang. No problem, syempre kay
yun.
or Coach Franz. Ganun.
JV, alam mo, naririnig mo naman siguro, 'di ba? The amount of let's not talk about the amount, no, but the recruitment process of college basketball nowadays. It's one of the hottest issues in Philippine basketball. We're kumbaga sinasabi sa atin, 'di ba? Ganito na offer ng school na 'to. Ganito na yung offer ng school na 'to. Nung time nyo ba gano'n na rin?
No, wala talaga. Very different. Kung sa recruitment process ko lang, all they say was scholarship. We got a dorm for players and an allowance from school.
Okay.
Yun lang.
Basic
package.
Mm-hmm.
And yung mga narinig mo ngayon, wala talaga. I don't know when that started, pero...
Kasi JV, I have to ask you this because during that time also, may mga mainit din na players na may mga ganong issue eh.
Mm.
I'm sure you know about BJ Manalo.
Okay.
'Di ba? Si BJ na mainit eh from Ateneo na naglasal, 'di ba? So may mga ganon na eh.
Mm-mm.
And throughout the years, 'di ba, in the last 20, 30 years of college
Yes.
basketball landscape, ang Lasal lang laging na-issue na, kumbaga may extra eh. Laging may either may pakotse, may pakondo, 'di ba? Although syempre, ano lang 'yon, issue lang. Kahit nung time nyo, may mga ganon na rin eh. Pero is it excessive na katulad ngayon?
Again, mahirap ma-prove yung
Oo, yung mga
ganung
ganon.
bagay.
Oo.
Let's say, so, from my experience, from what
Mm.
I've known, nakita sa mga players,
Mm-mm.
kung sa ganung aspect na nag-start
Mm.
na ng ganung type
Oo.
of recruitment, masabi natin one player lang per team, 2 players.
Oo, no? Hindi lahat talaga. Kasi,
Like,
oo.
most of the players
Oo.
will be developed into that player.
Right. Oo.
Yun yung-
Oo.
Yun yung nakita kong kaibahan ngayon.
Mm-mm.
The growth of the team or development of the player,
Mm-mm.
very seldom na. Kasi players can go to other team because they are being recruited.
Oo.
Even na nag-start na yung, they are in the second year, third year college.
Oo.
Dati, first year, rookie ka talaga. As in,
Oo.
gagawin mo lahat para
Correct.
magkaroon ka ng playing time.
Oo. Oo.
Gagawin mo lahat.
Oo.
Prove mo sarili mo. In second year, hindi pa kagad.
Mm-mm.
Dadagdag ka minutes. Maybe 2 minutes more, 3 minutes more. Maybe
Oo
ganun,
nga,
mapapasok ka na sa...
So, tsatsagain mo talaga.
Tiyaga
Oo.
talaga.
Oo.
Very seldom ang pumasok na player na, star player ka ako kagad.
Oo.
Ngayon, there is that.
Baka si JV Casio lang yan sa batch nila. Pero grabe yung batch nyo. Kabatch mo sila kuha. Sa Lasal, oo. Diba?
Yun nga, 7, 8 rookies ata kami. ng
Grabe.
Lasal. So, the opportunity to play was there.
Oo.
And, nalaman ko lang very recently na Coach Franz had a podcast, parang gano'n, na kwento
Mm.
na about sa yung team namin ganyan na nakwento yung part ko doon na because I was so young. I entered college 16 years old.
Grabe. Oo.
Naglaro ako sa UAP 16 years old.
Oo.
So,
Ngayon marami papasok 20, 21, 'di ba?
so sabi niya doon parang hindi dapat ako mala-line up nung 6 kasi I was still so young.
Oo.
And during the course ng pre-season, mga summer tournaments,
Oo.
nakita na nag-i-improve ako gano'n.
Oo.
So nade-develop, lumalaban, mga ganyang type. Kaya napasok ako sa lineup. Ended up na ng UAP, bigla pa ako naging rookie of.
Yes,
So,
yun nga sasabihin ko. Lo and behold, 16-year-old na to, naging rookie of the year pa
Yeah.
sa UAAP. Grabe naman. Baka naman, hinahumble mo, gino-joke time mo lang kami. Talaga alam mo naman na ikaw ang pinakamagaling doon, JV.
Yeah, the way I process myself sa nung mga time na yon is really learn and improve. Parang ganun lang. Till, again, di naman ako yung sobrang taas tumalon.
Oo.
Ganyan, athleticism. Ganyan.
Sino kalaban mo sa rookie of the year nun? Sa UAP? Sila Chris Chu.
Marvin Cruz, Chris Chu.
Grabe.
Marvin Cruz, Ken Bono.
Oh,
They have the
grabe.
numbers. They have the numbers
Oo.
para maging rookie
Tsaka baka
of the
mas
year.
matatanda sa'yo.
I think, hindi, I don't know.
Ah.
Pero mga nakalaban ko na rin yan high school. So, kabatch ko talaga yan sila.
Hindi biro yung mga sinabi mong pangalan, ha?
hindi,
Oo.
Magagaling.
Kasi si Ken Bono, nag-UAAP MVP.
Oo, tama.
Si Chris Chu, naging Gilas, kasama mo. Si Marvin Cruz, isa sa star players ng UP.
Correct,
Diba?
correct.
Si Marvin Cruz is the brother of Mark Cruz of Letran. Oo, 'di ba? JV, anong masasabi mo sa collegiate scene ngayon? Kasi balik tayo doon. Syempre, pag-usapan natin yung Lasal journey mo. Kaya, dahil makulay din yan. Napakakulay din ang Lasal journey mo, no? Pero yung recruitment ng college basketball ngayon, anong masasabi mo doon sa may mga managers na?
Wow.
Kasi nung time nyo, wala eh. Di ba? Wala pa. College basketball, wala pang managers. Ngayon, parang, because there's no rule eh.
Yes.
Oo,
yan
so
yung-
ngayon, parang talagang, may manager na to, player na to
Yes.
eh. Oo. Is it good for, collegiate basketball?
It's tough. It's tough na makita ko na ganun kasi it's different nga nung during my time. Sa my time, di ba? Pero
Di ko na sasabihin ilang
oo.
years ago.
Pero
Pagka-age tayo, malalaman,
I
no?
somehow understand why it's happening. Una, sabi
Mm.
mo walang rules.
Mm.
And the age of these players
Mm.
entering college
Medyo mas matanda.
mas
Because of the
matanda.
K-12, no?
because of K-12. So,
Mm.
so parang his players can just play 1 to 2 years and they're 21 years old. They
Correct.
can really go to pro and
Oo.
earn money. Kaya,
Alam mo, it's a good point that you said that,
Mm.
JV, because it's very rare now in the UAAP and NCAA. Napapasok ka first year, 5 years ka maglalaro sa school.
yes,
It's not the landscape of college basketball
not
now.
anymore.
Ngayon, kung kunyari ikaw ang Lasal, Ateneo, and we've seen this in the UAAP and NCAA, kakabahan ka na eh.
Mm.
Kasi pwedeng first year naglalaro sa'yo, yung player na to, and then may ibang
yes.
gusto to, medyo
It's-
tataasan yung offer. This is reality,
Sorry,
ladies and
Pero
gentlemen.
sorry, I'm not
Oh.
speaking na about
Mm-mm.
offers sa
Yes. Oh.
college landscape. I just meant that you can play 2 years of college, whatever, kung ano man meron dyan. Then you can go professional to
Correct.
earn money.
Oo.
Yun talaga.
Oo.
Yun yung nagiging ano na ngayon.
Oo.
Which is it really wrong? But, kasi kung titignan mo, ang basketball talaga for a player, it's very, very short span lang. Ang
Tama.
liit lang ng room mo.
Mm-mm.
And the peak of your career, it could be like 3-4 years lang to be at your highest level.
Mm.
Pero fortunately, madaming options where to play. Pero
Yeah.
yung earning power mo sa basketball,
Oo.
it's a really small window. And it can help
I
you.
agree.
Yes. So, professionally to pinag-uusapan
Mm.
ko. Sa
Mm.
college landscape, unfortunately, yung rules, wala
Mm.
pa talaga. And to prove if players really are getting those things, mahirap i-prove.
Mm.
Kasi syempre, pero I think there should be some control.
Limitation,
limitation.
probably, no?
Oo.
Kasi excessive
But
Mm.
ngayon, NCAA, USA, going the different part.
They're commercializing the league also.
Commercializing.
Oo.
So, maybe somehow see
Oo.
how they do it. Ganun, if pwede ba yung pathway na yun sa basketball. Pero I
Oo.
don't know.
Kumbaga,
Hindi ako expert sa ganyan. I'm just seeing na
but at least your
tinitake
opinion.
advantage
Oo.
ng right now, even on college. Pero maybe, again, maybe it can set a different example for the younger generations.
Mm-mm.
Kasi iba talaga yung generation ko. What I saw
Mm-mm.
was you have to be really to be developed before you can go to the pros. You have to really prove yourself slowly and surely. Ganon. It took me 5 years, 5-6 years. I would say it took me my 4th year before I really established myself sa college.
Oo. Kasi tinapos mo ba yung 5 years mo?
Yes, and then
Sa
may
Lasal.
suspension pa, so I have to stop 1
Right.
year.
Oo.
So, talagang matagal yung naging process.
Mm-mm.
Ngayon, if you prove yourself to your 2nd year or your 3rd year,
Mm-mm.
pwede na.
So let me ask you this, JV, no? If, kunyari yung time mo, may mga managers na, tingin mo mas nakabuti sa'yo yun? Kasi ang mga managers, ganito sasabihin yan usually, eto JV eto yung si School A, eto offer. Si School B, eto offer. Eto, kumbaga ba yung mga ganun eh?
I don't, buti na lang rin hindi ko na yun
Mm.
dahil it's gonna be hard. Why I go to Lasal was able to play and school. Yun
Mm.
talaga. And it was mentioned to me by my dad, my loved ones, people who were close to me.
Mm-mm.
Student, athlete. Student
Correct.
first before athlete.
Mm-mm.
So yun naging ko, yun yung mental ko sa pagiging college player.
Tama. So, ibang-iba talaga din yung thinking din yung mga bata nun dati.
Yes,
Oo.
yun.
Kasi, pero I get your point eh. Kaya siguro binago din sa college NCAA. Kasi, hindi rin nila minsan makontrol yung under the table na nangyayari. Na nilalapitan yung mga college kids.
Yes.
At syempre, hindi mo masisi dahil gusto na rin na kumita.
Yes.
At hindi naman natin masisi kung kailangan nila ng pera,
Yes.
yung mga magulang nila.
Mm-mm.
No, so what you're saying is somehow, kung magagawa nila ng policy to, baka mas makabuti. Baka mabawasan yung mga under the
Maybe.
table,
Pero
diba?
again, it's not for me to decide. Buti na
Yes,
lang.
oo.
I'm just watching syempre from the sidelines. Again, no judgment, just seeing
Maganda
what's
yung point
happening.
mo na kasi yung player, usually yung, di ba, 3 to 4 years lang yung parang peak years
Peak
niyan,
years.
di ba? And nagagamit naman na school in terms of marketing, ng branding, yung player, di ba? Lalo
Yes.
na kung magaling, napaabot mo ng finals, sikat din yung school.
Yes.
'Di ba? So, yun din siguro nakikita ng
Yes.
USNCAA,
And
'di
right
ba?
now, with
Mm.
players having the option to play abroad, international.
Iba na ngayon, JV,
Iba na,
no? Dati
laban na.
ang goal nyo parang PBA.
NBA.
Ito ngayon,
Yes.
ang daming opportunities.
So can you blame
Mm.
that kid?
Yes,
Diba? Young guy.
Mm.
Managers can be good if they're
Mm.
pinapakita yung tamang way, tamang
Mm.
path.
Mm.
Hoping syempre tayo na tamang path yung binibigay
Mm.
sa mga bata.
Mm.
Pero again, it's just the opportunity to earn in
Mm.
basketball. Hindi ganun katagal.
Okay. Tama. I agree.
Mm.
So, balik na tayo do sa Lasal journey mo. So, you chose Lasal. You chose Lasal despite the offers of Ateneo, FEU, San Beda. More, kumbaga, sino yung parang nahirapan ka? Meron ba?
Anong
Kunyari parang, di ba, Lasal lang medyo lamang?
Yes.
Meron ba parang nag-number 2?
Siguro parang wala na rin.
Wala. Parang talagang clear cut talaga na. Oo.
whether I make it the team
Ilang
or not.
percent yung decision na sa'yo galing? Ilang percent sa magulang?
Funny thing lang dito, my dad always have a decision na gusto niya. Kasi ako parang hindi ko pa sigurado. Pero nafa-follow ko rin yung decision. Hindi ko alam bakit. He knows
But
me
16 ka pa lang kasi noon.
16.
Kaya alam siguro ng daddy mo na, alam mo yun?
Oo. So, actually, medyo sa basketball career ko, may ganun yung relationship namin ng dad ko na sa mga decision makings, kung even nung gilas time, di pa dapat ako magigilas.
Siya lang
Isa siya, pero nag-decide ako to go to PBA. And I decided na sige, gilas na lang. Nag-back out ako na mag-PBA.
Oo nga.
Magilas muna. So, ganun rin siya. So, sa kanya rin yung parang inano niya ako na for him, magilas muna ako. So, nung sa Lasal, ganun rin. For him, I go to Lasal na.
Okay.
Kasi kasama ko naman siya sa lahat ng recruitment process.
Ayun. So, narinig niya yung
Narinig
parang
niya
pitch
naman.
ng mga
Oo.
schools na yun.
Pati he knows me. So, laging ganun. Parang ako may konting hole say lang. Pero sa kanya, dito ka na. Pero sabi ko, ako mag-decide. Bibigyan niya naman yung decision. Pero mag-end up ako sa
It's good to know kasi at least na nalalaman din ng viewers natin, 'di ba, ng listeners natin yung thought process mo during that time.
Yeah.
Kasi 16 years old ka eh. So your dad was really parang one of the parang yung decision making mo, siya yung isa sa mga crucial part.
Ever since
Oo.
naman.
Okay, so Lasal ka, sa batch nyo ikaw lang naglasal. So sila Ford, Ateneo, Guzman,
Yes.
Yuri Iscueta, may UP, sila
UP,
Braganza, Agbayani, no? May Gomez. Oo.
Ortega pa. May
Ortega, tama. Oo. So, lahat kayo UAP, nagkita-kita ngayon. First year nyo. Kamusta naman? Syempre, nag-rookie of the year ka. Pero kamusta? Yung, anong feeling na yung lahat kayo, parang teammates, very successful kayo sa Red Cubs. Nagkita-kita kayo sa UAP.
Different. Pero masabi natin, alam niya, mostly alam naman ng mga tao to na tahimik lang naman talaga ako, di ba? Nilalabas ko lang yung ko sa court, ganun.
Kaya nga nilalabas ko na lahat sa'yo ngayon kasi ano ka lang talagang parang minsan ka lang magkwento ng ganito.
I know. Pero yun, wala naman really personalan. Masabi ko lang na medyo nagkaroon ng konting excitement talaga nung medyo asara ng konti. Nung mga bandang fourth year ko na
college.
Sila Ford Araw, sa Ateneo, Yuri,
kasi nag-Ateneo Lasal.
Nag-aasara na kami. Pero mostly sila yung nang-aasar kasi.
Kasi tahimik ka lang.
Pero mostly nung mga ganong taon na.
Paano asaran nila? Mga trash talk?
Trash talk, si konting bump, talagang binibigay. Naalala ko isang possession, si Ford, na talagang alam niyang dadaan ako. Ginanon niya talaga ako. Buti na lang nakita ako. Sinalo ko na lang. Talagang tumba ako sa sahig. Sabi ko, okay. Ganyanan pala. Tapos, crucial free throws. Si Mike Baldos, lalapit sa akin. Sisimplihan ako. Sabi, JV, tagal natin yung games natin. Dumagdag pa yung games natin. Si Yuri, kakausapin ako. Pero masaya actually. Dahil, yun nga, mga friends ko, mga teammates.
At hanggang ngayon, I think, meron kayong mga group chat. Nag-uusap pa rin kayo, no? Very close, no?
Sila nag-uusap ako, nakatingin lang.
Scene lang. Scene mode lang.
Pero, I'm happy na yung closeness ng group nandun rin talaga. And the support of that group, very much close. Especially itong, whichever endeavors na nandun yung group na yun. Kay Ato, late Ato, Yuri being a head coach, Arvin ngayon, Braganza, that group with all the players, madali makausap, and support is there, and there's yung part na looking out for each other.
Ang dami nag-coach, no? Coach Yuri is the head coach of San Beda now. Si Coach Ford is the head coach of Ateneo Blue Eaglets now. Si Coach Arvin is the head coach of the NCAA Kiddies ng San Beda. And then, baka? In the future?
Maybe if there's
segue tayo dyan, JV, kasi nalaman natin sa Courtside Daddy na meron kayong basketball academy which is called the JV Casio Basketball Academy.
Yes.
Pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya. Ipa-plug din natin, ha?
Okay.
So, balik tayo sa Lasal. Nakailan champion ka sa Lasal?
Dalawa out of 4. Pero fortunately yung isa doon, yung nagkaroon ng issue.
Ayun.
Yes.
Oo. Yun yung parang natanggal yung trophy sa inyo.
Yes, but we still feel na kami pa rin naman nag-champion. Pero again, on paper sila na.
How did you feel? Kasi si Marco Benitez was the player involved Mark Benitez nung time na yon.
Dalawa, Mark Benitez and Gatchalian.
Yun, dalawa.
Yes.
Did you feel betrayed? Na kasi syempre grabe yung pinaghirapan nyo tapos biglang kinuha yung championship.
Hindi ako betrayed sa kanila.
Sa players, oo.
I really don't know the extent of it, kung alam ba nila yon, kung ano lang sila, parang nandun lang sila sa process nung nangyari yon. They're just kids also. Maybe they're following, or I really don't know kung ano. It's just, and I've been with them. I know those people very good dahil kasama ko sila all throughout ng mga process. They're just happy to be there, working hard, going to school, mga ganon. And nangyari yun. It's just unfortunate nga. I think na nangyari yun. And they are, sila yung end of it.
Kasi it's a hard-fought series against FEU. 'Di ba? Binigay mo lahat, nag-champion kayo. Kumbaga,
pero the news came na mga
after ilang years
1 year.
1 year
after. So we didn't really feel na, kung sa players perspective, tingin ko natalo namin sila noong time na yun. So, the court pa na.
Pero para sa iyo,
sayang
hindi ka ba nasaktan noon kasi ano ba to?
No, it's just parang ano na lang the trophy was a symbol na lang ng pero it's more of us yung journey namin nung time na yun. Yung pinaghirapan namin, ganda nung season na yun. Leaders namin, Cardona, Apatos, Yo, PY, mga talagang nagdala sa amin nung mga years, yung time na yun. So it's more than that. It's more than the trophy.
So wala namang regret, wala kang sama na loob dahil kumbaga kahit sa management, guys, sayang.
Yeah. Again, hindi natin alam talaga yung full extent. I did know yung really what happened there. Sama ko, nakausap ko ibang players, nagkaka-message kami. Tapos pag nagkita, minsan nakakapagkita from time. Nothing happened naman. Ang pinaka-regret ko lang talaga ng time na yon is the suspension. Not only for us, but for the whole school.
Kasi 1 year yun
Yes. So, yes, it's a really parang sabi natin kawawa rin sila, pero somehow it's the basketball team's fault kaya na-suspend the whole school, the whole athletes hindi nakapaglaro ng 1 year.
Correct.
So you can feel that na may mga na community na merong syempre negative
Pero graduate ka na nito, 'di ba?
Ito yung kakatapos ng 3rd year ko. So, entering 4th year pa.
So, sayang yung 1 year. Kasi you could have showcased pa siguro more, of yourself, 'di ba? Baka nag-back to back pa.
Pwede rin, mga ganon. So, hindi, kasi 2nd year we won, 3rd year we lost. Talagang talo rin kami nung 3rd year.
3rd year.
Doon rin lumabas yung news ng 3rd year. Kaya nung 4th year, 2006, suspended kami. So, wala. Then, we just Lasal accepted that and work on. So, I have to really give it also to the Lasal community na na it moved on kahit papaano, even though it hurts. I know it hurts a lot of athlete. So that's one thing that yung regret sa akin sa akin na parang because of what happened there sa aming team, it cost the school. So
kaya nga
2007 coming there, nung nanalo kami nung it's for them, for the school, for the all athletes na parang ganun na lang yung focus rin lang namin nung time na yun.
So let's talk about that. Your last championship with LaSalle. So eto na yung sila Simon Atkins, 'di ba? Kasama,
yes,
nando na. Siya na yung parang
na
hot na rookie noon na
pero
'di ba?
T.Y. Tang was still there, Cholo Villanueva, Walsham,
grabe.
Si O.J. Kua, and Rico Meyerhofer.
JV, ikwento mo naman sa amin. Ano ba ang totoo? Kasi nabalitaan dati na si OG Minor nakasama nyo na sa LaSalle. Kasi kabatch si Simon Atkins yun eh. Diba? Ikwento mo naman, tayo lang naman nandito.
Kung ano nangyari. Pero nag-practice na si OG Minor.
Nag-practice na si OG?
Yes.
Oo.
And maybe ito na yung... I really don't know. I thought he was coming to LaSalle.
Oo.
Usap na kami, practice na siya. And before I knew it na, nag-stop na lang siya.
So, totoo na nandun na si OG. Nasa LaSalle na eh.
Nag-practice.
Nag-practice.
Hindi ko naman sinabi. Pwede naman, nag-practice rin ako sa LaSalle. Hindi pa ako committed.
Safe talaga si JV. Huwag kang mag-alala, matagal na yun. Kinukuha ko lang yung info.
Hindi ko, other than that, wala naman.
Nag-ano yung producer natin? Naka 1 hour na daw tayo. Sure, gusto mo pakita yung producer natin. Ang pogi, ang cute to. Yes. Ayun o. Si Mr. Yalong. Ayan o. Ayan. Pakita mo. Guys, we'll also talk about, kasi baka nakikita nyo sa camera angle, meron pa tayo isang guest dito, si Mr. Junicio. He is the camp organizer of the JV Casio Basketball Academy. Palakpakan naman natin si Mr. Junicio. And ladies and gentlemen, he will also be part of DZDG kasi magkakaroon ng sariling show to. So, mamaya kikilalanin din natin si Mr. Junicio. Tatapusin lang natin yung kwentuhan natin kay Idol Mr. JV Casio kasi ang ganda eh. Marami tayong nalalamang mga issues na tagal ko nang gusto itanong tong mga to, 'di ba? Kasi si Simon Atkins siya kasi Hindi, kakat naman na, edit naman ni, kung baka may mga ayaw si JV pakita, magkano daw allowance niya sa LaSalle. Joke lang. Anyway, JV, so, it's parang a feather in the cap, no, yung LaSalle journey mo. Dahil, can you say that you are known as a champion in all levels of basketball?
Well, kumbaga na-experience ko naman.
Lahat Para nag-champion ka from yung grade school, high school, college, and PBA.
Yes. Very fortunate na ganun yung path talaga. It's a blessing. Pero I believe it comes also with the work. Work, not just me that put in, but the whole team.
And I believe that. With all my heart. Walang bola. Kasi hindi ikaw yung pinakamabilis.
Yes.
Hindi ikaw yung parang pinaka-athletic, 'di ba? Yung demeanor nito, hindi pag naglalakad nga to sa labas sa mall, hindi mo akalain basketball player eh. Kasi pag basketball player, iba tindig, iba lakad, 'di ba? Si JB very humble, 'di ba?
I have to give credit again with family. How they raised me, how maybe I am really a quiet kid pero it's just the way I am. Pero in the court, I don't show it. You have to be really confident when you are in the court. Whatever it is. Kahit saan naman with what you're doing, whatever business, maybe anything. You can be that quiet kid. Pero once the lights turn on, you show what you can do. You really show it.
That's true. JV, medyo malapit na rin tayo magtapos. Kasi natapos na yung yung high school, yung college. JV is one of the few players in the history na dapat magpi-PBA. Pero nung time na yon, he chose the national team. Kasi nung panahon po na yon, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, JV, you can siguro say if this is true or not, no. Yung batch na yon, the first ever Gilas, 'di ba, you were part of it. You were part of it and lahat kayo parang hindi kayo nagpa-draft.
Yes.
Tama? Lahat eh.
One player lang, Japet Aguilar.
Okay.
He got drafted but he
Ah.
requested to play for the national team
Okay.
first.
So para may draft rights lang yung team na yon.
Yes.
So lahat kayo, yung Gilas na yon, because the program of Gilas during that time was, ito yung aalagaan natin for the next 3 years. Para ito yung panglaban natin sa World Cup, no?
FIBA Asia pa noon.
FIBA
yung
Asia.
goal.
Oo.
Kasi from the time, maraming times na medyo nag-struggle tayo sa FIBA Asia pa lang. We end up, I think, the
Third,
best pa lang,
fourth.
actually.
Seventh. Oo.
Pero mga 2000s na. So
Oo.
medyo naghahanap na ng program na mag-improve.
How did it mean to you na ma-include dun sa program na yun, na first ever Gilas?
It really I didn't look at it that way. Paano una yung to be part of this Gilas program. Pero that was the pitch, yun, to be first part of this Gilas, college players lang, ganyan. Parang it's too good to be true nung una. Dahil wala pang ganung program eh.
Wala.
Nangyari
First ever
1980s pa actually. Coach Franz Pomarin was on that program rin.
Tama. Sa BAP pa. Iba pang, kumbaga, ibang grupo pa.
Grupo. So, very unfamiliar. Nung nagkaroon ng option na yon, hindi ako certain na magsama pa sa Gilas. It was Sir Noli Iyala pa nung time ng director nung time na yun. And hindi naging madali sa akin dahil ito na, malapit na ako mag-PBA, tas lang ma-hold.
Kumbaga, yun na yung dream mo eh.
Yes. So, I have an agent na
sino agent mo nun?
support sa akin, si Charlie D.
Charlie D.
Pero
okay.
hindi pa ako totally sa kanya dahil professional lang talaga yung ano. Pero he was advising me na rin mga ganyan. So I asked him na parang ilan ako sa draft if ever mapupunta ako mga ganyan. So may mga ideas na siya. Titingnan rin naman niya asking teams maybe. Parang nasa 5 to 10 because
that's a guaranteed contract. Tama, kasi pag nasa top 10 ka ng PBA draft, guaranteed na may sweldo ka.
Yes.
Oo.
So, yun yung parang forecast. Makikita. So, okay naman. Siyempre, masaya ako. So, sabi ko, sige, I will go to the draft. But I asked first my dad, my people who were close to me, Lasala, mga ganyan. Anyone who I can talk to. I ask for advice, ganyan. And hanggang sa na-decide ko, na sige to go to the draft na lang. But then there was practice exhibition game ng Gilas against a PBA team. And they played very very well nung time nung sa game na yon. I saw Mark Baroka, Chris Chu there, ganyan. Sabi ko, mukhang sabi ko, okay to.
So nauna sila?
Nauna sila. Isang game lang.
Isang game lang.
Pero nagpa-practice na rin ako.
Okay.
Ay, hindi. Siguro konti pa lang practice ko. Pero hindi pa yung to be part of that team. Tapos, nung nakita ko yung game nila na yun, sabi ko, I think I can be part of this. Tapos, kinausap ko ulit yung coach, si Sir Noli. Sabi ni Coach Raiko Toroman nun, he will turn me into a point guard. Before that, sa college, I was looked as a shooting guard. Pero I can play point, combo guard.
Kahit high school ka, shooting guard
shooting guard to point guard. Nag-interchange. Pero more of the shooting guard because siguro I can score nga nung time na yun. Then, he put me at point guard position. Then that's where nag-turn around ulit yung career ko. Nag-point guard ako. Mark Baroka was the starting point guard talaga nung Gilas na yun. And again, he's very, very good. And lahat. Then, unti-unti na nakuha ko yung bearings ko as a point guard na learn from him, ganyan. Then it just transformed. Yun nga. Again, I worked hard for it. Then, na-prove ko naman sarili ko dun sa position na yun, playing point guard. And it was different. Style of playing. You have to read, ganyan, mga ganon.
International na to, syempre. International coach, diba?
Big guards. So, tama naging path ko rin na doon muna ako before going professionally. Learn me how to play in that position kasi height ko 5'10 lang naman. And I really have to play the point guard.
Ayun, kasi parang nire-ready ka for international. Kasi pagka dos ka, medyo mas maliit ka na. So, sabi mo hindi ka nagsisi-JV. Kasi kung di ako nagkakamali, nabasa ko na naman dati, maganda rin yung package sa inyo ha. Parang pinapasweldo kayo na pang PBA na.
Yes. It's allowance. Sweldo. So, we were fortunate to have that. Kaya, players went to the yung mga pwede na draft like ni Baracael,
Oo.
Ballesteros.
Oo.
Baroka was still playing.
Hazul ba was part of that?
Hazul was
Oo.
part of it also.
Oo.
Guevara.
Oo.
Ray Guevara.
Yes, oo.
Ababu. Yan.
Ababu, oo.
So, galing ni Dylan. No? Actually, yung first namin sa Gilas. But then came mga kakompetensya nila sa spots. Sila Marshall Lassiter.
Grabe.
Slots. Greg Slaughter came in. Japet Aguilar. So, yung development naging maganda. Especially for us young. Kasi when we entered yung PBA na, yung laro namin, nag-excel din. Maganda kagad yung pinakita dahil sa experience namin sa Gilas.
Tsaka may season ng PBA no na part kayo eh.
Yes.
Actually,
diba?
2
conference na sumali kami sa PBA. First one, kinain kami. Kinain kami.
Tapos inaano pa yung binabash yung national team noon na parang, uy, ba't ito yung papadala natin sa ibang bansa?
Yes. Pero yun yung first part ng mga 2010 siguro or 2009 pero come next year we went straight to the semifinal almost went going to the championship. Pero we had a naturalized player of course.
Si Douthit. Si Kuya tawag niyo doon kay si Kuya ano ba? Kuya Marcus. So
nag-improve kami. So na-develop. Ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ng magandang program na unti-unting nag-develop to be a competitive team in the Asia. So, yes,
ilang years ka sa Gilas, JV?
Almost 3 years.
Wow.
And
paikot-ikot ka, buong mundo. Ang dami yung napuntahan.
Dami napuntahan all around. We had camps, Serbia.
Grabe.
Sa Qatar, sa Dubai.
Ang daming tatak ng passport
US,
mo.
Australia. Punong-puno yung passport.
Grabe.
It was really very, 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 very good program. The best players are in the PBA for the Philippines, of course. Pero to develop yung Gilas program na yun, as a team, yun yung naging crucial. Kaya, sayang lang, 2011 came FIBA Asia Cup. We were there almost to the finals. Kasi kung nag-finals kami noon, wild card na kami sa qualifying. Natalo kami nung semis. Who we were beating all throughout mga previous tournaments, Jordan team, coached by Coach Tab. Natalo kami sa pinaka-important game pa.
Doon ata na-recruit si Coach Tab.
Siguro, yes. Actually, tingin ko. Kasi we beaten them so many times.
Yes.
Pero pagdating dun sa
napaghandaan kayo,
most important.
JV.
And even that tournament, we played them sa eliminations.
Tinalo
namin. Pero pagdating nung semis, quick shot, defense, different shows ng defense. Natalo pa kami.
And the rest was
there's still a
history.
chance. For third place, Korea team.
Ayun na.
We were up 8 points last 2 minutes. We still lost that game.
So
nandun. From improvement from that first, before mga national teams, and coming in this program, nag-improve. We were 4th place naman.
Yun nga.
Pero, yun nga, hindi pa rin nung sa goal na dapat. We were almost there. Pero the development was there.
Tsaka the program was there na.
Yes.
SBP handling it.
Yes,
Medyo kayo yung naging
started
transition hanggang na-establish na SBP and then finally nag-World Cup na tayo, diba? So eto na. Gilas. Balik ka ngayon PBA. Parang did you feel na parang rookie ka nung pagpasok mo sa PBA?
Yan, actually hindi nung nung time na then
anong first team mo after Gilas? Powerade. Okay.
So Coach Bo Perasol, then Gary David there.
Grabe.
And James Martinez, yes. Draft rin sabay kami. Marshall Lassiter was my team. Doug Kramer, Sean Anthony. So, a young team. A young team. Couple of veterans. William Antonio, Adukul. So, Crisano was there.
Crisano.
So, one thing I remember, siya yung naging guide ko, kumbaga kuya ko, si Celino Cruz. Very, very good FEU.
Yes.
Standout. Veteran player. So, may mga nag-guide pa rin naman sa akin even though na parang feeling ko hindi na ako rookie kasi nga nakapaglaro na before. Pero with that team, good potential team. Our first All-Filipino Cup, all the way to the finals kami.
Correct.
Beating the number 1 from 8th place kami, na-beat namin yung number 1. So,
naalala ko. Kasi doon sumikat si Gary David.
Yes, grabe
yung kamay niya, yung parang lagi niya tinitingnan.
Lumilihap.
Di ba?
That was Coach Boss system medyo favors offense. So we were confident on our offense lang. But actually talagang bibigyan kami ng opportunity to score.
Yeah.
And we were not the tallest team, so we really have to be fast. So nabagay rin naman ako doon because young legs and fast pace. So ako yung naging point guard. Then maganda yung development.
Okay. Now JV, let's take a short break lang kasi nagsisenyas na yung producer sa atin. Pag-usapan naman natin mamaya, pagbalik natin, yung tail end ng PBA mo and then yung Basketball Academy na. Okay? Only here at Who's Your Daddy? Courtside Daddy. Okay, thank you. Pre, ihina ako. Saglit
Kaya sabi
Okay, we're back. At kamusta naman ang break natin lahat, no? It's an eventful afternoon for us in Courtside Daddy. Ang dami na nating na-discuss with our guest, si Mr. JV Casio. JV, balik tayo sa PBA.
Yes.
'Di ba? So napag-usapan natin kanina yung rookie year mo after Gilas, no? Ilang years ka na ba sa PBA?
14 years
Grabe.
playing the PBA.
Wow.
I don't know. Di ko sigurado talaga 14 or 15. Basta nandun.
Kasama na ba yung Gilas dito? Hindi, no?
Yun
So
nga,
another...
Actually, kung isasama mo yung Gilas, another 2 to 3 years.
Grabe.
Oo.
Alam mo, JV, ang sabi nga nila, swerte ka na daw pagka naka 5 years ka sa PBA, no?
Yes, totoo yun. 10 years is talagang yun nga, blessed ka na nakalaro ka 10 years. And me, more than that, is really just thankful for na experience ko, mga na-achieve and just everything with it.
Ilang taon na si JV Casio?
38.
Bata, kasi ibig sabihin talaga, maaga ka rin pumasok.
Yes.
Oo.
Sinasabi nga, ang mileage ko rin medyo mataas. Pero again, I really
kumbaga
love...
sa sasakyan.
Pero I really love to compete. Yun talaga. And playing basketball din nga ever since. Just really the competition of it and the beauty of playing this sport just really amazes me. And the love is there to play this game.
Ito bang 14 years na to, JV? May mga gusto ka pang marating sa PBA?
Ngayon, siguro...
O nagawa mo na lahat?
There was a lot of ups and downs syempre sa career ko na to. And nothing to... Wala akong parang tinake back or...
Regrets.
It's just the way it goes. And me living just really...
Kasi naka-champion ka, di ba?
Yes, although isa lang. Hoping for more. Even for now, still hoping na makamit pa rin yung championships na yun. Trying to help out whichever I can. Mga ganong part. And dahil, sayang, daming opportunities. Alaska Days, na karoon ng daming opportunities. Although, siyempre, hindi talaga nag-work that way. It happens. But just really fortunate to be still playing.
Can you say that yung Alaska time mo, era mo, was that your parang peak do sa PBA? Pwede mong masabi yun?
Yes, I could say peak years then, especially early part. That's where we won the championship 2013. But then we went on 5 more final appearance with Coach Alex Compton. Una kasi kay Coach Luigi Trillo, then there had a change, then we in a 5 finals appearance. We came very, very close. So hindi nga nangyari. Then yun na, medyo pahirap na pahirap.
JV, pag-usapan natin yan. Kasi alam naman natin, this is factual, no? Kung titingnan natin, in the last 5 to 10 years, ang mga nagcha-champion karamihan, 90+% from parang San Miguel back teams and MVP back teams.
Okay.
Kano kahirap mag-champion sa PBA na hindi ka galing do sa dalawang corporation?
Last independent team na nag-champion was Rain or Shine 2016, and it was against us.
Wow.
2 independent
so
teams.
that was 9 years ago.
Yes.
My God.
To enter the finals.
Oo.
The last time we went to the finals was 2018, Alaska. Last independent team to enter the finals.
So isa ka sa mga huling players din ng Alaska before they exited sa PBA.
for they exited, I was
Ah.
traded sa Blackwater. So, yun, in current team ko ngayon. So, yes, it's been a struggle for independent teams
Mm.
to get to that finals
Oo,
appearance
no?
talaga.
Bakit?
Recruitment process maganda sa both big teams, high market teams. It's been a challenge for independent teams really to challenge it. Ganon.
Mm.
Pero basically ganun talaga. Yun ang medyo naging ng PBA. High market teams medyo nakukuha nila yung players kasi masabi ko ang PBA pa rin mostly is a veteran league. Mostly you have the really veteran players and good players na you could be nandun ka pa rin sa level na competitive talaga. So doble kaya talaga yung mga independent teams to prove its worth sa PBA.
So, kung meron kang message sa PBA.
Okay.
Siyempre. Ito naman, pwede naman po yung message natin, positive, negative. Depende naman po kay JV Castro. Kasi ito po, JV, no? This is also factual. And it's being addressed by the board of the PBA na medyo declining ang ratings, di ba? Walang nanonood. Kasi nga, laging pumapasok sa finals are the same teams.
Yes, okay.
Tingin mo kung may kailangan baguhin sa PBA, ano yun?
Meron naman talagang baguhin. Siyempre, you need to change something para maybe look into the things na what happened before. Yun yung masasabi ko. Dahil what works and what's not. So, yung mga ganun bagay. At the same time, these teams, syempre struggling, really have to let's say up their games also to be really at par on this mga ganong teams. Pero it's really a challenge. It's just not one thing. Hindi lang talaga to one thing. It could be marketing also. Again, hindi pa naman ako familiar sa mga ganong bagay.
JV, di kita masyado hot seat eh. Pero ito na lang. Kasi minsan, nababalitaan mo may mga trade na napunta na naman dito. Lakas, di ba? Ang lakas nga ng team nyo eh. Tapos biglang etong team na to, palakas na wala. Kumbaga, non-stop eh.
May gusto kang sabihin na word. Alam ko.
Hindi. Ano lang naman, anong usually reaction mo pag may mga trade na ganun? Parang, naku, hihirap na naman buhay namin. Diba?
For now, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
For here.
That's a reality.
Yes, that's the reality of it. Tough part. Best players in the country is still playing in the PBA right now. But there's some challenges. Again, international leagues coming in. Syempre, they see the talent of the Filipinos. They want and pag nandun tayo naglalaro sa ibang bansa, we're a crowd, dinadala natin yung
right.
Crowd.
So that's one aspect.
One aspect of it. So, yeah, it's really a challenge for PBA to, but I can see some things na they work on. Pero again, it's still far from, let's say, from what it was before.
Right. Kasi JV, even locally, may competition ng PBA. Kung makikita mo the other league, which is MPBL, it's gaining traction. Nationwide. Kung makikita mo yung mga liga, talagang punuan.
Yes.
Diba?
That's good.
Meron bang kumbaga, may inkling ba sa next chapter ni JV Casio na, kasi karamihan, kaya ako natanong to, maraming mga veterans ng PBA na nag-retire na sa PBA at napunta doon sa isang liga.
Yes.
Meron kayang parang ganon ding mindset si JV Casio na, uy, try ko rin to. Baka after PBA dito ako.
We'll never know right now, pero if, again, teams who want me, syempre, that's one crucial part who wants my services, of course, what I can bring to the team still. Definitely, consider ko yun and will play. Again, playing has been what I do. Yun nga.
Oo nga, no? Habang buhay mo.
So, I know, for me, it's not gonna be easy to let go. So, And syempre, I'm looking for advices rin sa mga other players, mga ganon, even mentors ko sa
Yeah.
basketball. How it goes. And it goes back. They all love playing. If
Right.
wish they could be playing a lot more before nung nag-retire sila. Maybe, minsan, ganon yung usapan minsan. Really play as you can. Kasi pagtapos yan, tapos na talaga. So we'll never know now, but again, opportunity came. There's consideration talaga.
Okay, JB. Meron kasing mga PBA players na kailangan nila aminin. 'Di ba minsan sinasabi nila, guys, hanggang 40 na lang ako. Magre-retire na ako. Gusto mo ba na kung ikaw yon at your own decision na parang hindi, kaysa walang kumuha na ibang team sa akin, ako na. Parang gusto ko hanggang 39 tapos na ako. And then, let's say later on, pagka after ko sa PBA, mag-explore ako ng ibang mga liga dyan.
Kung sa akin may ganong
Oo,
way of...
na parang kasi 'di ba may mga ibang players na talagang sasagarin nila hanggang 2 years na wala pa rin kumukuha sa kanila sa pool.
Okay.
'Di ba? Pero may mga players naman na hindi, tapos na ako. Okay na ako.
Yes, I've known players na ganon.
Oo.
So, wala pa ako doon. Wala pa ako.
Kumbaga, hindi pa ako. Kumbaga, 14 years ko, kaya ko pa in the next 5 years.
Yes. Pero definitely maybe after 40, I don't know, the body, it all really depends how my body reacts. I feel that yung diferensya from yung mga dati.
Yung mga 10 years ago, diba? Oo.
5 years ago na I felt those.
Anong mga nararamdaman mo diferensya?
It's yung recovery lang. Actually, the recovery part, yung medyo tough part. You can makasabay ka sa lahat. Pero the recovery part just takes a little bit longer.
May bibigay ako sa'yo mamaya. Para makatulong sa recovery mo.
Okay.
Bigla sa nag-segue yun, no? So anyway, JV, the reason why I'm asking this, because I think it's a valid question kasi hindi mo kasi minsan alam kailan yung ending, di ba? Or meron kasi ibang storybook ending din. Like, di ba sila Kobe? Yes, sabi nila, hindi, this is my last year. Even though I can still do 5 years more, I want to spend time with my family. Yes. I want to do this, that, coaching, whatever. 'Di ba? Si Kobe nga won pa an Academy Award. 'Di ba? Yung mga kumbaga, may ibang passion pa eh. Si JV Casio ba may ganun din? Parang life after basketball, gusto mo pa mag-artista o gusto mo mag-theater? May nakikita ka bang buhay mo after PBA?
Well, again, I've been in this sport for so long. So the coaching job,
yun.
Maybe now hindi pa siya full time, but syempre nandun ako sa path ng basketball career ko. So maybe the coaching is the next step. Maybe, pero
for you.
So
yung mga naghahanap ng coach diyan
coaching is there. But I also want maybe if I really stop playing basketball, to step away rin muna.
Oo.
Na doon yung ko rin na to step away.
Parang burnout, 'di ba? Parang
gano'n. Oo. To step away. Some people advise me rin to step away rin for maybe just a year or something, ganyan. To get your bearings naman for the next chapter, mga ganon. I don't know pa, pero so if those came, maybe I will know what to decide.
How do you see yourself 5 years from now? Asan si JV Casio? 5 years from now.
Very good question. Medyo nandun na rin ako, iniisip ko rin talaga yung mga parts na yun. Pero what I want, of course, is the same opportunity that I'm having time for my family na binigay sa akin ng basketball career ko. Yes, my family is sila yung pinakamalaking nag-sacrifice. My wife, Jackie, my kid, Jaika, kasi they revolve around my schedule, of course, whether on vacations, whether on schools. So talagang malaking impact rin sa life namin, as family, yung career ko sa basketball, which understandable, it's my career, what pays the bills, mga ganon stuff. And I just hope na whichever endeavors that I do 5 years from now, whether it's business or coaching, basketball, ganyan, I will have the same time for my family. Yan.
And that's good to hear. No, kasi parang kumbaga kung ano yung PBA calendar, ano yung calendar ni JV Casio, yun din naging calendar ng pamilya.
Yes, summers are hindi tugma sa schedule ng mga bata. Siyempre sa my wife being very, very my motivation, inspirational. Lahat talagang napaka-blessed ako na nandiyan siya to support me on what I do. And yun nga, nasusunod lang yung schedule sa schedule ko. So, ganun nangyayari.
Meron bang time, ngayon pag-usapan naman natin kasi JV Casio as a basketball player, 'di ba? It's a continuous, kumbaga yung script o yung libro hindi pa tapos eh. But JV Casio as a dad, kamusta si JV Casio as a dad?
Yes. It's really just for me a blessing na seeing my kid grow. Yes, I have a daughter who's 6 years old now, and every moment na you see her, the smile on her face, walang kapantay eh. Yun lang talaga eh. Kahit sobrang, alam mo, she's a kid na doing anything she wants, mga ganyan. And you try to teach her to be somehow disciplined, or you want her to relax. You can't. You really can't. And I think when you really realize that sa mga ganong kid, you'll just thankful na nakikita mo to. So, yun ako. Just kaya every opportunity I can, I have to be there for my daughter.
Yun. So, yung mga important events, kumbaga nandun si...
Yes, and yun nga, given this, again, scheduling-wise, basketball-wise, yes, it revolves around my schedule. So, yung pagbigay ng schedule, if I really can go and ask permissions, mga ganyan, I will be there for those times.
That's good to know. Syempre kasi, life after basketball, sila rin ang mga kasama mo eh, di ba?
Yes. I just want na nakikita rin ng daughter. Now I'm bringing my daughter sa
games,
camps, ganyan, mga just her seeing na nakita, ginagaya minsan. That brings joy, di ba? And hindi lang siya actually, even my wife, nandun rin siya talaga.
Ilang taon na yung daughter mo?
6 years old.
6 na. Wow.
So, siguro, i-enter ko na rin yung wife ko, the sacrifices she had, she does. Ang dami. All throughout the years, I mean,
ilang years na kayo?
Married for, baka magkamali pa, di ba? 11 years, going 12. So, yun, and even college days when we were boyfriend, girlfriend, nandun rin siya to support.
Tagal nyo na.
So, talagang it's all the gratitude talaga bibigay ko sana.
Nice. That's good to know. So, actually, doon papunta yung next question ko. Kasi, di ba, tatanong mo na, how's JV Casio as a dad? Papunta na how's JV Casio as a husband, di ba? Paano yung mga date nyo? Yung mga paano kung... So, na-date mo pa naman yung asawa mo? May mga time pa sa ganun?
I make sure na I have really the time for my wife, of course.
Natatawa yung ibang mga natin.
Alam
Pero alam mo si JV, knowing JV, isa sa mga pinakamabait at loyal. Di ba? Producer Bon? Si JV talaga. Oo. Baka magpa-survey tayo sa PBA, isa sa mga good boys to.
Nakikita ko nung college ko, ewan ko lang. Pero bait ni Von, everything. So, one call away lang si Von, talagang tutulungan ka niya. Then,
alam mo, si Producer Von, isa talaga yan sa mga nagsabi, kasi mga first episode si Courtside Daddy, invite natin si JV.
Yes.
Siya, kasi since grade school, magkasama na kayo.
Yes,
diba? Biruin mo. Mabait talaga yan. Parang ikaw.
Aasa rin nga lang, minsan, ganun. Pero it comes in good heart.
Pumabawi si JB kasi naka-record tayo ngayon eh. Okay, hindi ka makapalag ngayon, di ba? JB, thank you very much. But before we go, sinabi mo na kanina eh. Di ba? Pag-usapan natin, basketball, pero may ginagawa ka na. Kahit tagba-basketball ka pa lang ngayon, nabalitaan ko, na nagninegosyo ko na rin daw, JV. Oo. So, you have this new venture na, eto kasama natin ngayon, no? Si Mr. Junicio. who is a classmate of yours, no, in high school and I think even in grade school, na may sinimulan daw kayong negosyo.
Yes.
Ang tawag dito is yung JV Casio Basketball Academy. And you started already last month, no?
Yes.
Oo, so yan ang pag-uusapan naman natin ngayon. Ano ba natin na conceptualize to? Pakita naman natin sa camera si Mr. Jonicio. Yan, oo, yan, no? Oo, yan ang ano natin, next na magkakaroon ng show dito sa DCDG. Oo, na under our production ni Mr. Von Yalong, no? So, kwento niyo naman sa amin, bakit bigla mo naisip to? Kasi syempre, di pa tapos yung basketball mo, sabi mo dito ka nakatutok.
Yes.
Pero biglang may ganito.
Yes. It's siguro one way na to for me to see myself.
Ayun, naka-ready na, parang
Oo.
nire-ready mo na. Oo.
So, actually, ang tagal namin to pinag-usapan ni Loran. May mga nag-reach out siya sa akin before, I don't know, years ago pa. If we could start something, yan tong camp na if I'm thinking about to do this thing, to do this camp, sabi ko naman, gusto ko. Pero yung time and schedule, yun nga, kailangan ko tingnan. Because what he wants also, kung gagawa ng camp, nandun ako. Kung pwede talaga lagi.
Yes, oo.
And I agree with that with him. Na kailangan nandun naman talaga ako. Show. Kasi una, yun nga, pangalan ko rin to. And gusto ko, na yung kumbaga sa akin rin to, yung in basketball terms, diba?
Yeah.
Parang gusto mo nandun yung nakatatak sa akin. So then once this just summer came, again he called me. Marami pa, back and forth pa yan. Sabi ko, sige, okay na ako, ganyan. Hindi natutuloy. Hanggang sa na-decide ko, maybe it is time
Ito na.
And summer ngayon.
Oo.
Actually, medyo late pa nga dahil summer started na when we decided it. Then, yeah, we talk about it just one day. One day na kami lang. Then, after a few days, other guys also, he brought some other guys who would help out. And it just started. Then
Nice.
2 weeks, 2 weeks from that, nag-start na yung camp. So all about this camp is not just really about me. My name is there, yes, but this guy brought it to life. And because of him, kaya nag-start yung camp. Kaya
Ayun.
nagkaroon ng
So, pag-usapan naman natin yung camp, no? So, nasabi ni JV, Mr. Jonicio, no? Pero we call him Loran. So, pwede bang Loran ang itawag
Loran
namin sa... Oo, Loran. Oo. French name yun eh. Kasi ang pangalan niyan, Laurent talaga. Pero silent T. So, Loran ang tawag namin dyan. So, Loran, paano nyo naman na-conceptual? Sabi nga ni JV, matagal na to, ilang years na. Ano ang rason bakit parang this year, eto na, sige, gawin na natin.
Ako on my side kasi si JV, of course, good friends since grade school eh. So, of course, parang I always think about the future din. So, sabi ko, what's your plan? Parang hindi naman siya totally na formal, diba, usapan. Pag nakikita lang kami sa mga events, sa mga get together sa batch namin, biglang pag-uusapan lang namin na anong plano mo. Tapos on my side, passion ko talaga basketball din eh. Diba? Kahit na ganito yung itsura ko. Malaki ako. I still play basketball. Active basketball ngayon. So, tsaka marami nagtatanong din on paano matuto yung mga ganun. So, I think I don't have that credentials kasi syempre na ako yung magtuturo. That's why si JB yung, since talaga sa mga close ko na rin nung grade school, high school. So, tsaka just to correct din, bro Rayu, hindi namin siya pinasok in terms of business eh.
Hindi.
So, it's more of, sabi nga namin na, it's more of passion and
wow, that's good to know.
Yun nga, sabi rin JB, he wants to check then if how could he perform as a coach. Diba? Kasi iba yung player eh.
Correct.
Diba? Iba yung player, iba yung nakikinig ka sa coach, o iba yung magko-coach ka. So, yun lang. On my side, just want to help the kids din. Pero, business-wise, hindi
siya ganun na towards that. So, it's more of a passion project.
Yeah.
So, technically, it's more of a passion mo basketball. And si JV, he's exploring na, and eto na nga, nabuo na. So, kamusta naman yung camp? Anong pinagkaiba ng camp na to compared to dozens of basketball camps out there?
Well, ano talaga? again, basic fundamentals ang goal ko dito to teach the kids. But also the same thing, it's been a learning process sa akin. I had ideas on how to run this camp, but how nung nag-start na yung camp, nag-change rin yung ideas ko because of the level of skills na mga kids that participate. So dito ko rin natututo. Dito rin ako na nakikita ko kung paano mga dapat gawin moving forward. And so it's really a good thing na we started this ngayon na nakikita ko what I can improve on.
Tsaka, so it's still evolving. Oo, kumbaga somehow, maganda rin sa'yo kasi your inputs, galing, kasi nandiyan ka sa basketball ngayon eh. 'Di ba? So nakikita mo mismo.
Yes, yun naman ang pitch sa akin. Again, I'm still playing. You can see, and yung basketball career ko, and maybe it can be followed the path of it. And nag-start rin ako sa mga camps like I said, nagsubok rin naman ako dyan. And it's the same thing. I know there's a lot of camps being done dyan ngayon. And again, all of those are great. This is just me for us wanting to share, do for the kids. Maybe it will help them improve. And we'll be happy for that. Actually, sa akin, mag-improve bata. Sa nakita ko talaga nakakatuwa. Nakita mo. Fulfilling talaga.
And one of the advantages that I could see na different dun sa ibang camps is you have an active PBA player that's coaching the camp, no? So, yun ang kagandahan sa'yo, JV. Tapos, kita mo rin syempre yung mga bata, di ba? Curious ako, kasi sa ibang camps, di ba, parang may level sila eh. Una, dribbling muna. Then, second year mo, parang shooting ka na. Third mo, defense. And then, pag fourth mo, parang yun na yung, Sa inyo, may mga ganun bang process doon sa camp?
Yes. Again, it's under yung may progression kami dito process. That's what we are learning now. Again, this is my first camp. And very fortunate ako na may mga kasama akong coaches.
Sino-sino sila?
Yes, we have Coach Andre kasama sa Beda ngayon.
Okay.
Coach D.A. Ola na kasama ko rin sa Blackwater, who's helping me out.
Okay.
And we have Coach Rob Sanz, former PCU player.
Yun.
And Coach, his brother also, Coach Francis Sanz, player for San Sebastian before. Pero so all our players, most of them are coaching. Actually, all of them are coaching.
Yeah.
Ako lang hindi. So if I have to have those coaches to help out and also to guide me.
Right.
Nakikita ko yung kung paano talaga, kung paano rin pag-handle ng mga kids. It's really different. It's really different. So, at the same time, it's a learning for me, and I'm just happy na dito nga sila Loran to support and to do the other stuff that I don't know how to do, how to make this camp work. And it's just really thankful na binigyan na nandyan si Loran na binigyan niya ako ng chance to do this.
So, Loran, sa'yo, on your side of things, no? Kasi more of the business acumen ang dala mo dito. Kasi ang background mo naman talagang negosyante ka. Diba? Somehow. And then, passion mo, basketball. So, how did you combine both your passion and yung business acumen mo to make this camp a reality? So, di ba mahirap nung una? Saan nyo kukunin yung mga students? Anong ginawa nyo marketing?
Mahirap actually. Yung nga sabi ni Jay, we met one time lang. Tapos kinabukasan nag-launch na kami.
Ganun, ha?
So, ganun mabilis. Kasi we need to rush. Kasi nga
matatapos sa summer.
So actually, sabi nga ng mga team natin, tinanong ako na paano pag wala nag-enroll? So, tutuloy pa natin. Sabi ko, tutuloy natin kasi pangalan namin ni JV nandyan. Pangalan ni JV nandyan. Whatever. Kumbaga, it's not really, I always believe on that when you start a business eh. Diba? Parang money will follow eh. Diba? You just have to serve muna. Isipin mo muna how to improve your service.
Intentions are
very kasi doon ako naniniwala. Kasi it will follow naman.
Correct.
So, yun naman, nagulat kami, first batch. Parang kami na problema kami sa enrollees in terms of they want to enroll. We have to limit the people enrolling.
So sumobra kayo sa parang expected quota nyo.
Parang parang first, parang we don't have enough time na nga eh, parang gano'n. Pero napuno agad namin yung slots na target namin.
Galing.
Yeah.
Oo. So, paano nyo ginawa to? Anong naging parang campaign nyo? Marketing? Oo.
Of course, we have to bank on the name of JB eh. Kasi
Siyempre.
maganda yung image niya eh. Diba?
Oo.
I mean, sinasabi naman namin sa kanya yun na siyempre humble yung si JB.
Humble eh. Pero kung
Sinasabi
titingnan
yun.
mo yung
Oo, diba?
resume,
Yeah.
high school star, Lasal,
Oh,
'di ba?
Beda,
Hot shot, 'di ba? Tapos Gilas.
Gilas.
Tapos PBA. So,
PBA. Lahat champion eh. Diba?
Oo.
Tsaka sabi ko nga, people will also look on the life outside basketball. Maganda naman image siya sa yung kumbaga, maganda yung buhay niya eh. Outside eh, diba? And of course, yung mga fans niya before sa Lasal, sa Alaska, sa mga parents na ngayon eh. Diba?
Oo nga, that's a great point.
Sila nag-enroll for the kids eh. So yun, I think we bank on that and proper, yun nga, we tap some of our friends then to
balita ako may mga big time sponsors daw kayo.
Oo, meron Minions yung magpapakain mamaya. Saka yung mga friends namin sa Las Piñas din.
Ayun. Oo. So sa South to.
Yes,
sa South.
Sa ngayon South. Pero what's the future of this camp? Sorry, kasi alam kong bago pa lang, pero anong tingin yung future nitong camp na to, JB?
Well, ako personally,
magkakaroon ba ng season 2 ng, 'di ba? Year 2, 'di ba?
We already have.
Wow.
Because of some of our parents, yung nga magandang feedback eh.
That's very nice.
Feedback from the current students namin sa batch 1. So they want batch 2 and they want to enroll their kids already for the next batch. So yun, that's why we created the second batch.
That's very nice.
Second week of June.
So, ano bang details dito, Luran? Magkano ba yung camp? Sa mga, kunyari, syempre, mga interested, marami tayong manonood dito na later on may mga kids sila or may mga kamag-anak sila. Bigyan natin ng detalye. Ano bang mga details para makasali dito sa season 2 na eh? Batch 2 na.
So, we're gonna start on June 16.
Okay.
So, that's gonna be Monday and then Thursday. Every Monday, Thursday for the following week. So, that's gonna be 6 sessions. And early bird price is around 5,400.
Maganda na. Biro mo 6 sessions. Tapos, anong inclusions nung 5,400?
Yeah, may 2 jerseys na yun.
Yun.
2 light and dark jerseys by Unbox. And of course, may kit na rin yun nakasama.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
saan ang venue?
We have this, maganda yung court natin, di ba? Villar Coliseum.
Wow.
Villar Court sa
bago
Manuela.
pa yun.
Yeah, bago pa yun.
Yes.
So, maganda yung court na.
Nakakatuwa, no? Kasi biruin mo pa, it can be a career also tong mga camps na to.
Yeah. It can be, pero again, it's bago pa lang.
Bago pa lang,
So, we haven't really looked into yung
the future talaga, kung anong-ano.
Nandun kami sa development pa nito. What we can improve because we want to build the foundation right. Hindi lang rin naman
one step at a time talaga.
Pati lalo na sa mga kids. Kung gusto namin makita, syempre may improvement. Although syempre hindi naman yung sobrang laki kagad na improvement. Basta may improvement and ma-build namin from bottom to have a good foundation.
Anong age ang pwedeng mga sumali dito sa camps nyo?
Right now, age 7
to 9.
The youngest to 19 or above.
So sa mga katulad ng producer natin, si Mr. Yalong, hindi na pwede yung mga lagpas 30 plus.
Hindi na, pero...
Pinipigil ako yung sarili ko.
Hindi, kasi marami rin tayong fans dito sa Courtside Daddy na mga ka-age natin, na mga gusto pa matuto, di ba? Maraming ganun.
May ganyan, may mga camps din for adults.
Meron.
Marami mag-message sa akin if you have adult program. So again, you started, hopefully, in the future.
Baka si Courtside Daddy, so sumali dun, di ba?
Di ba? So,
Nakakatawa. At least first year na meron ng camp, 'di ba? Oo. So, thank you for guesting also here. But we will see you more from you, no?
Yeah.
Mr. Janicio, we're happy that you're part of the team now. JV, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ang dami naming natutunan sa'yo. Hindi ka naging madamot sa pagkwento ng buhay mo sa amin. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. No, happy to be here again. Special thanks to your producer. Salamat sa kanya. Dami ko naging excited ako to share, of course, being here. And It's just really, thank you.
JV, bago tayo matapos, papasalamatan ko lang lahat ng mga naniwala sa Courtside Daddy. Syempre, ang ating mga sponsors, di ba? Unahin na natin si Gamari. Di ba? Unahin na natin si Gamari. Syempre, hindi rin mawawala si Baguio Balm. Which, speaking of, sabi ko sa'yo kanina, di ba? Sabi mo yung problema mo ngayon, yung pagkatapos mo yung sumasakit yung recovery, di ba?
Okay.
So, meron kayo ni Loran dito from Baguio Balm, di ba? Ito, tig-isa kayo. Ayan. So, meron ito yung relaxing kit natin. May scented candle na box. Tapos yung Baguio Balm na yan, pag masakit, kung saan man masakit na parte ng katawan mo, JV, doon mo ipahid. But it's better if you're having problems with your sleep. Kasi may lavender yan. So, it helps you sleep better. So, when it comes to recovery, number 1 ang sleeping. So, maraming salamat sa Baguio Balm. Ayan, relaxing kit yan.
Another 5 years.
Another 5 years. At syempre, eto, after nyo mag-Baguio Balm, kung gusto nyo naman nagugutom kayo, Tita Paring Suman Latik, the world's best suman. Kasi talaga nakalagay yan, World's best suman. Oo. Ito napakasarap nito. Oo, so para sa inyo rin to.
Wow.
Yan, bibigay din natin. Tita Paring Suman Latik.
World's
Diba?
best.
Siyempre, kakain daw tayo mamaya after. Mayon's Cuisine. Diba? Oo, dito yan sa La Loma. At talagang kilala rin yan. Lalo na yung lechon belly. Balita ko, napakasarap daw.
Napakasarap.
Oo, yan. Wow!
Yan.
May lechon belly si JV.
Ako lang daw.
Naku, ba't di mo naman sinama si Loran? Sino pa? Marami pa tayo sponsors. Coffee Plus. Coffee Press sa Quezon. Tama, producer? Diba? Coffee Press. At syempre, nagpapasalamat din ako sa DZDG family natin na sa suporta na binibigay kay producer Von Yalong at sa lahat po ng mga viewers natin. Actually po, yung mga unang episode natin, thousands na rin po yung views kahit mga replays. Napapanood tayo at yung radio station natin yung 106.7. So maraming salamat. Again, thank you JV Casio and Mr. Jonicio. Of course, your last message sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin ngayon.
For all the fans, syempre sumubaybay sa career ko. Just thankful for you. You're all a blessings. Wala ako kung wala kayo. Supporting my team right now, Blackwater. Please support us, of course. And also just saying hi to my family, parents, mom and dad. Sigurado papanoorin nila rin to. Brother, sister, and of course my wife, Jackie and Jaika. Love you all. So, yan, thank you.
Ayun, Mr. Janicio.
Ayun, if you're in South, no? Enroll kayo sa batch 2 namin.
Ayun,
so,
syempre.
Message lang kayo sa JV Casio Basketball Academy.
We will promote that also in the Courtside Daddy Facebook page. Huwag po kayong mag-alala. Dahil lang isa sa mga sponsor ay yung producer din namin. Si Mr. Von Yalong. So, thank you again, guys. No? Maraming salamat. Alam ko, medyo malayo tong studio namin. 'Di ba? At sa lahat ng viewers, maraming salamat. Who's your daddy?
Courtside Daddy.
Bye-bye.